Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mrs. Schulman.
Well, what a glorious day this is. I'm so grateful that the weather has cooperated with us, even though I know it's a bit warm. We need to be grateful for the sunshine. And I just am so happy to be here to welcome all of you. And with that, we are going to get started. So we have something special coming our way here in just a moment. All right. I'd like you to turn your attention to the fence. Let's hear it for the first piece of equipment arriving for the groundbreaking for our Field of Dreams, provided by LF Jennings. Woohoo! Thank you so much. Well, we have a packed program, and I know that everyone has a busy day ahead, but we're very excited to be here this morning, and I hope that all of the adults have a program. If you did not get one, please let us know and we will get you one. We're going to begin with our beautiful Westminster Symphonic Orchestra, directed by our orchestra director, Mr. Bryce Bach. So if we could ask everyone please to stand. We're going to enjoy the Star Spangled Banner presented by our symphonic orchestra. Let's hear it for them. You are very accomplished. Thank you, students. Next, I'd like to invite a very special person here at Westminster School, our kindergarten teacher, Miss Angie Palmer, who also happens to be a bit of a celebrity. She is the Fairfax County Poet Laureate for the next 2 years, and she's here to share a poem in honor of today. Let's hear it for Miss Palmer.
This is for Nancy Schuler on the occasion of the groundbreaking of Griffin Field and for all Westminster Griffins. Vision. A vision without action is just sleepwalking. It's just an imagined win without challenge, a drained account, no balance. It's just this side of atrophy, a hope settled with apathy, like a participation trophy, all gold but plastic. And just so we're clear, we don't do that sort of thing here. Here, we see a vision. And a vision with no action is just paper thin and flimsy. It folds way too easily, reluctant to take flight, won't rise up when the wind says, prove it. And so, we are clear. Here, we do it. Here we seek out why. We are not lazy lullabies, not rocked to sleep by silken lies of if only, and maybe one day. No, here we seek the wind we can ride. We see the vision in our sights. We dream. We seek the dream we can see. Believe, achieve, and everything else that stands in the way, we order it to move today. Today, the shovel peels like an alarm to retrieve our sweet dream begets, to carve out an emphatic yes out of the hard pack not yet, to transform soil and sod into soul and sanctuary, to turn you can't do that into stand back and watch me. Because this field will be our triumph and win for generations and generations. This field, this vision ain't nothing new. But here's proof right there. We do what we say we're gonna do. This vision, this ground been whispering its worth, this blueprint, this backbone is not just want but work. This we do with intention, with devotion. We set a mission into motion. So today, we break ground on a vision and take sight of our legacy too, because a vision with action is a dream come true. Welcome to Griffin Field.
Well, all right then. Here we go. So inspiring. Ms. Palmer, you're amazing. That was such a beautiful delivery of an awesome poem. Next, it is my great honor to welcome Supervisor Andre Jimenez, who is here with us today to share a few words. I want to thank him for his support and for taking time to be with us today. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I heard you do better earlier. Let's try again. Good morning. All right, thank you. I've got a lot of written remarks, or some written remarks, but I wanted to say a couple words first before we get into that. One is, can we give a hand to the orchestra? Those kids were fantastic this morning, and our county laureate, you guys are very lucky to have her amongst you as your kindergarten teacher. What an inspiring poem with inspiring words, with a message of vision, looking to the future. And to have vision, you need to have leaders. And it's clear here, and I want to tell you something, a couple things today, that you not only have the strong leadership that you need, but it's a community. You have your parents, you have your faculty, the students, the board of trustees, everyone coming together for one vision, one mission, and that is to make sure that your children are succeeding. And I have been here many times, and I've got to tell you, I've been around the county, I've been to many schools. I myself obviously went to school an hour and a half from here, but I have to tell you, you all should be very proud of yourselves. If you look behind you and you see all the students and how well behaved, and you can just tell that they're proud to be a Griffin. And that is something that the faculty and the parents and everyone on the board should be very, very proud of, to see that. The diversity that I saw up here is exactly what we want to see here in Fairfax County. The diversity leads to change, which leads to leadership, which leads to a healthy and wonderful and vibrant community full of the next generation of leaders here in Fairfax County and perhaps beyond. We never know where our young ones are going to go, but we do wish them well. So now let me jump into some remarks that I have written for you all today. So thank you for inviting me to celebrate this exciting milestone. I am grateful for Westminster's vision and commitment to the students and families, proud to represent a district that invests in youth education and opportunity. The state-of-the-art athletic facility at Westminster School was made possible through an industrial revenue bond in partnership with Fairfax County's Economic Development Authority, which are here today. Fully supported and approved by the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, my colleagues, this reflects our shared commitment to long-term investment in youth and community infrastructure. This field gives students a true home for athletic competition. It means fewer long drives for home games, more time for learning, playing, and those bonds that the students will have with one another. This field builds school pride and deepens student, family, and alumni connections. This new opportunity for soccer, track and field, softball, and all are made possible on this site. Athletes can now train and compete at a higher level with top-tier facilities. This investment enhances both competitive performance and school spirit. Before I go any further, I do have to say everything that you all do, from an outsider's perspective, by the way, is top-notch. Everything. Even from this groundbreaking today, with Nancy bringing in the construction and having the laureate speak and the children with the choir, it's top-notch. You don't see this everywhere. You all should know that, by the way. You don't see this everywhere. That's something that you should all be extremely, extremely proud of. This isn't just a field, it's a platform for enrichment and community engagement. It opens the doors for camps, after-school programs, and broadens community use, which creates long-term value through expanded programming and new revenue streams. This project shows what's possible when public and private sectors work together. An investment in health, wellness, and teamwork for our youth. Today we break ground not just on this field, but on new possibilities for generations to come. On behalf of the Board of Supervisors, thank you to everyone who helped make this field of dreams a reality. And I just want to congratulate all of you again. It is all of your hard work that's got us here, and I'm looking forward to coming back, seeing the kids play on this athletic field, and congratulations to everyone. Thank you.
It is a great honor to have you with us. I know how busy you are, so thank you so much, and thank you for noticing that Westminster is a special place. We certainly believe that it is. Okay, well, I have a few things I'd like to say. I'm going to try to do this without crying. I have not yet done it without crying, so we'll see if I can. My husband said there's no crying. All right. Well, first of all, good morning, everyone, again, and what a joy it is to stand here and welcome each of you. It's so amazing to see that we are finally here. Woohoo! Happy to welcome our families, students, board members, county leaders, friends, and partners in this shared dream. We are here today to mark a moment 15 years in the making, the groundbreaking of Westminster's Field of Dreams. Today, we do more than lift shovels. We lift our vision for the future of our beloved school. As someone who walked these halls, as a student myself, starting here when I was just 11 years old, and graduating from the 8th grade 46 years ago, thank you very much, this moment is especially poignant. I've had the privilege of watching Westminster grow exponentially in both its facilities and programs over the decades. What began as a modest but mighty school has blossomed into a remarkable institution, one that continues to honor its founding ideals while boldly stepping into the future. For 63 years, Westminster School has been known for a commitment to excellence. We have built a tradition of cultivating not just scholars, but confident, compassionate, young people. Well, look at them. We've done this through 3 pillars that define our mission: academics, arts, and athletics. Our academic program is beyond compare in the metropolitan area. A rigorous classical curriculum, well-rounded in its approach. Our classrooms are led by extraordinary teachers, deeply committed to helping each student think critically, communicate effectively, and grow intellectually every day. Our greatest priority is, of course, our students' character. As you can see, character counts. As we at Westminster School understand that upright character is the highest ideal, for without it, nothing else matters. We also take enormous pride in our unmatched arts program. Our students take the stage with grace and courage. They paint, they sing, dance, act, create, and design with boldness and heart. Thanks to our extraordinary theater program and expert faculty, we truly have one of the finest arts programs anywhere. And now it's time for the 3rd pillar to rise. It's time for our athletic program to match the same standard of excellence we've established in the academics and the arts. That's why the Field of Dreams is more than a construction project. It's a transformational leap forward. When completed, this new space will include a state-of-the-art turf field, finally giving our student athletes the platform they deserve to train, play, and compete with Griffin pride. A place to expand our athletic offerings, including fresh opportunities like lacrosse and baseball, and new possibilities for summer camps and after-school programs. 2 imaginative playgrounds for our youngest students to explore and cultivate lifelong friendships. A full-size basketball court to encourage skill building, teamwork, and resilience. A peaceful fountain, walkways, and green space that will invite moments of joy and reflection. An expansive terrace where students and families can gather and connect to watch games and enjoy quality time together. To our students here today and to all those Griffins to come, you are the reason for all of this. This space is being built for you to enrich your days and enhance your future. Run on it, play on it, create memories on it. To our leadership donors, thank you. Thank you for believing in our vision and for stepping up early on to invest in this future that is bright, balanced, and bold. To our Board of Trustees, thank you for your leadership and determination to make this dream a reality. To our county representatives and contractors, thank you for your partnership in building something that will serve not just our school, but our community and for generations to come. The Field of Dreams is not just a new chapter, it's a turning point. It ensures that every child at Westminster School can thrive in mind, heart, and body. It brings our 3rd pillar to life, completing the vision of a school where excellence lives in every corner of this expanded campus. So let us break ground with joy, with purpose, and with gratitude. For today, we don't just plant the first shovel, we plant a legacy. As you can see in your program, it has taken the work of a lot of people to get us here. I'd just like to mention a few of them. First, I want to acknowledge Mrs. Gall, Jane Gall, the founder of our school, who had the vision to create something of excellence, something extraordinary. Westminster is still that school that she dreamed of, and more. Next, I'd like to thank Ellis Glover, who's here today and who happens to be my brother, but was the second head of school, taking over after Mrs. Gall passed away. And with his vision and his dream, he expanded our facility to add the Jane Gall Center, our beautiful theater, our gym, our arts wing, and to begin the vision of the athletic field. He did so much for the school in his time here and continues to do so today. I want to, yes, he deserves it. I also want to thank especially Keith Falk, who is the chair of our Board of Trustees, who's sitting right up front here today, not only for his leadership of the board, but for his support of me and for standing by me through this process. It's been, a little bit of a scary ride, but we're really excited, and I know he's with me, holding my hand every step of the way. And Keith was also the first person, Keith and Carol Ann, to step forward and donate $100,000 to the Capital Campaign to launch that campaign, which was bold. And all of the Board of Trustees members who have helped in every possible way, you know all the contributions you have made. And I want to thank them for also their 100% participation in the Capital Campaign. I want to thank my admin team. I cannot do anything without them. They have helped every step of the way, and especially Mrs. Van Bevers, who keeps me sane and helps to manage the crazy schedule that I've developed since this project began. I want to recognize Mark Minetti. Mark, are you here? There he is, Mark Minetti. Mark Minetti is the architect on the job, but Mark is so much more than that. He's a great friend to the school, and he's been with us every step of the way for these last 15 years. And I'm so glad, Mark, that you're still here and that you can be here to join us on this day, because you deserve it. You've played a big role, and I thank Mark Minetti. Also, Ted Britt of TriTech Engineers, the civil engineers on the job. Ted couldn't be with us today, but he, like Mark, has been here for 15 years helping us through this process. I want to acknowledge our partners, especially Blair Davis, who's here today, and Annetta Tower, who have led us through the process of the construction management. We've actually become really good friends because we've been together for 2 years. This wasn't supposed to take so long, but I'm very grateful for them. I never could have done this without them. For the First Tryon team and for John Marshall stepping up to help us finance this project. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. And First Tryon, Pam and Robert especially, the two of you have been amazing. And we're so excited to partner with John Marshall to help us finance this project. Of course, all of our leadership donors, and last but certainly not least, my family. They have not seen a lot of me lately. And I want to thank them for giving me the time to do everything that I needed to do to make this dream happen, for believing in me, for believing in the school, for loving the school, and especially my husband, who never complains, and just makes me dinner every night and walks the dog and takes care of everything so I can do this. So I want to thank my family for all of your support. All right, my friends, the moment has come. It's time to get this project started. Let's do a Go Griffins. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you so much. Okay, next we're going to hear from our Poet Laureate from the 24-25 school year, the Westminster Poet Laureate, Mira Sears. She is finishing up her term as of today, and this is her poem in honor of today. Let's hear it for Mira, class of 2024.
Hi, everyone. Okay, this is called Groundbreaking Day. Years and years have all aligned. Plans and blueprints are all combined. Tears of joy, excitement, and relief, built brick by brick, leaf by leaf. A field of dreams with passion like fire, made from hope, sweat, and a great desire. A home for triumphs or losses that teach, our once distant goals are now within reach. Here the echoes of footsteps will dance through the air, with every pass, sprint, and every cheer shared. This ground we break today is more than just land. It's a promise, future, and a vision so grand. Let the whistles blow and let the Griffin banners fly high, under the wide open sun and limitless sky. This is the start of what we can achieve when Westminster's ideas are no longer a dream.
Thank you so much, Mira. What a beautiful poem, and we appreciate all that you've done in service as the Poet Laureate this year. She's been providing poems all year long for special occasions, and we are grateful. Next, I'd like to invite the legendary Ellis Glover forward for a few words.
I can't tell you how happy I am to be here and how much I've missed you all. Goodness gracious me. I was here for 45 years, so this was my home. This was not my home away from home, this was my home. And now I'm somewhere else, and I just miss all of you, and I love you very much. I want you to look over here. We're going to break ground around here somewhere, but I want you to look over here for a second. And what do you see? And you would say to me, I see the gym. But the gym is part of something bigger. It's part of the school. So it's the school that you see. And I think if anyone asks you where you go to school, you should say, I go to the Dream Factory. That's what the school is. It's the Dream Factory. It may be called Westminster School, but it's the Dream Factory. Isn't it, Jar? Yes, it is. It's the place where dreams come true. And just like the poem, a dream isn't worth anything. A dream is nothing until it's made into something. Then you know what you are? You're no longer a dreamer. You're a dream weaver. And all of us here today, we're dream weavers. There have been so many dreams that have come true in this building and around the world with our graduates. Their dreams are coming true because they've been taught how to be dream weavers. And the first and greatest dream weaver was Mrs. Gall. Had a dream to be a teacher and became one. And then found out that the educational systems that she encountered were unsatisfactory. So then she had a dream to have a school. There was no school. She dreamt it. And the next thing you know, she started a school. She had no buildings, so she found 2 churches to start up her school. And then the parents said, Miss Gall, you need your own school. We need to find you some land. And lo and behold, they found this property right across from her house. That's Mrs. Gall's house over there. She doesn't live there anymore, but that's where she lived, and the school was here. So we have 2 dreams. The dream of the school, the finding of the land was the second dream. And then they said, now Miss Gall, we must build you a building. And you know what is really strange? My father, Mrs. Schuller's and my father got the job to build the school. And guess who came out here as a little skinny, long-haired hippie boy to work on the job? Me. Never knew that this would be my destiny. So the first phase was built, and that's the 3rd dream. And then after that, 5 more phases. Boom, 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 boom. Culminating in the Jane Gall Center, the 8th dream. And now, the next dream is going to come true. And I want to say here, you've got a great leader in Mrs. Schuler. I don't care whether she's my sister, what. You know what? She's a leader because she has the strength to stand up for what's right and for what she believes and to make dreams come true. She's got a heart that's big enough to make dreams come true. And everyone, I was afraid to have the field built with all the expense. But you know what? What she's doing, it's like when you bought your house. No one buys the house with all the money that it cost. You get a mortgage and you make that dream come true. And she's getting a mortgage to make this dream come true. So I wish I could help more. But I'm out there in Fairfax Station with my dog, Ashby. I wish he could come today. He begged me to come. He's never been to Westminster. I came in to leave, and he had a little Westminster jacket on. And I said, sorry, buddy, you can't go. I'm out there dreaming dreams, but those are my dreams. Those are my art dreams. I'm trying to make those come true. So I thought, what can I do to help Miss Schuler and the field dream come true? So you know what? I was an educator. I didn't get rich being an educator. You don't. You get rich in other ways, but not money-wise. But nevertheless, I called up my financial advisors and I said, I want to give the most I can. Do you think I could give maybe $10,000? And they said, well, let's take a look. And we came back and we went back and forth. And finally, we agreed that I would give the amount of $100,000. I joined Mr. Falk and another family here in doing that. But I want to say this to you. I'm not going to just give that money. I'm giving it as a matching grant. So here's the deal. You have to go to your financial advisors, maybe it's your parents, and say, we need to help Mr. Glover and his gift. So I'm challenging you and all the others beyond here that aren't with us today to do 20 gifts of $5,000 each. And when you do that, I'll match that at $100,000. I'll give us $200,000. That'll be a great thing. So think about it. Do it if you can. Talk to your parents. Let's make another dream come true. So just remember, when people ask you, where do you go to school? I go to the Dream Factory. They say, the Dream Factory? Well, it's really Westminster, but it's the Dream Factory. And right now, I have dreams stirring in my own heart, all of you students. I know you do. So let's all join hands and rejoice and celebrate the field, but let's continue to be great dream weavers. Thank you very much.
Well, that's amazing, and thank you so much, Mr. Glover. So just to be clear, those gifts start today. So you can't count your gift that you already gave, if you already gave, toward his matching challenge. That starts today. So hopefully we can reach that and get that extra $100,000. We are at $937,000 right now. I think that's pretty amazing. For a school that has not had a history of raising that kind of money, we just have never really asked. We would have our little annual giving campaign and we'd raise whatever we'd raise, a couple $100,000. So I think it's tremendous that we have had that kind of support. I think there are a lot of skeptics out there from the old days. Maybe some of you are here today looking around. There are people who said, oh yeah, sure, you've been talking about that field for 15 years. We'll believe it when there's a shovel in the ground. Yeah? Well, we're about to put some shovels in the ground, so let's go. There's someone else here who I think should be recognized. I didn't know that he was going to be here, but that's Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller, stand up. Dennis Miller, 27 years of service to Westminster School as our PE teacher and athletic director. Love you, Dennis. Big reason that the athletic program is what it is today. I also want to recognize our 3 PE teachers, Mr. Sockwell, who is our athletic director, Ms. Bernadelle, and Mr. Beasley, who are probably more excited about this project than anybody. But we had a great sports day this week. We had a great team to be taking us into this next chapter of our existence. So I want to thank and acknowledge our 3 PE teachers who are so great. Thank you. Okay, now I'd like to, we're going to do our shovel ceremony. So the way this is going to work, we have 6 shovels and 6 hard hats. We're going to pop through this as quickly as we can. Mrs. Coles, who is our amazing development director and has been my partner in this capital campaign, is going to help me out with this today. And what we're going to do is the shovels are there, the hard hats are there. We're going to call people up 6 at a time, and Mrs. Coles will do that in the order that we've agreed upon, and we'll do quick photos over here, group photos with the backhoe, and you can stick your shovel in the ground, and we're gonna get this party started. So let's hear it for Mrs. Coles.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out and showing your love and support for our amazing school and really making this field of dreams a reality today. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we do that, personally, I want to thank all of our donors for truly putting your money where your mouth is in this project. It truly means the world to me, and I couldn't thank you enough. So you deserve this. Let's get this started. I'm going to begin with our $10,000 level, $10,000 to $29,999. When I call your name, if you could come over to the table, grab one of the 6 shovels. It is 1 shovel per family and 1 hard hat per family. And then I have our students who are the children of these donors over here to the right. So students, when you hear your families named being called, please come up and join them for the shovel groundbreaking and the picture. Our first donor is Miss Carrie Billy. The next we have Mr. and Mrs. David Breen. Next we have Mr. and Mrs. Nitin Chandra. We have Mr. and Mrs. Broderick Dunn, Mr. Randy Falk and Mrs. Jessica Bilecki, Mrs. Cindy Glover, and Captain Matthew Holcomb and Dr. Sharice White.
Come on over, boys.
All right, our next donor is Mr. and Mrs. David Heisey. And next I would like to recognize Dr. and Mrs. Sean Kumra, Mr. and Mrs. Gerard Malik. The next donor is Mr. and Mrs. Nicholas Needs, Mr. Farhad Norbash and Mrs. Narjis Mogadam, Miss Mojan Norbash, Mrs. Rachel Philpott and Mrs. Elizabeth Philpott, and Patner Construction, who is Mr. David Breadfetter. And although we can't have everyone who donated on Shakespeare's Giving Day, because that would be many of you, however, I would like to acknowledge that in 2023 and in 2024, on both of those days, we raised over $20,000. So if you were part of that, I sincerely thank you. You're also making this happen. So round of applause for everyone who had donated on that day. And last but not least in this level, I would like to call up Mrs. Malik and Mrs. Chandra as the WPC presidents from the years 2023 and 2024. As the WPC was very generous and made donations to the field as well. If there are any officers here who would like to join them, please come up and do so. All right, now we would like to move into our $30,000 level. These are donors who gave between $30,000 and $49,999. I would like to recognize Mr. Kevin Augustine and Ms. Emily Heimowitz, Mrs. Judy Carawan, Mr. and Mrs. Clay Carney, and last but not least, Mr. and Mrs. Timothy Hanaway. All right, next I would like to acknowledge our $50,000 donors. These donors gave between $50,000 and $99,999, and that is Mrs. Jill Mendelson and Mr. and Mrs. Michael Townsend. Now I'd like to acknowledge our last level, which is the highest giving level of $100,000 and above. And I would like to recognize Mr. and Mrs. Keith Folk, Mr. Ellis Glover, Mr. Omer Okur, and Dr. David Schreer and Dr. Angela Wheat. Thank you all so much. All right, if everyone could join me one last time in a big round of applause for all of our amazing donors. Thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you.
I'd like to invite now Luke Foster, a member of the class of 2025, who is our new poet laureate for the year 2025-2026, and he has a poem to share this morning, our last poem for today. Here's Luke.
Good morning, everybody. You stand in silence, not because you don't know what to say, but because something greater is speaking. The weight of something new settling on your shoulders, and yet everything feels like in motion. The beginning of a story you haven't written yet. This place doesn't know your past. It only waits to see what you'll bring. You walk forward, not because you're certain. One step, then another. A touch, a turn, a moment that matters. There is no map in your hands, no voice giving you the answers. Only a sense, a pull, a whisper. You're not the same as when you first began. Something within you has opened, softened, listened. You take a step, not in fear, not in certainty, but in faith. And only then, when your foot meets the earth, when your eyes lift to the light, do you see where you are. A field, wide and waiting, marked for something greater than a game. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. I thought all of the poems were really beautiful, and they were all different. And I knew that you would want a copy of it, but I didn't want it in the program because I didn't want to spoil the recitation. So we do have those printed out. I'm not sure where they are. Over here by the reception. So feel free to pick those up on your way out so that you can read them again. I thought they were really wonderful. Let's hear it again for our 3 poet laureates. Next, I'd like to invite our junior chorus up for a special treat. So Mr. Locke, our music director, let's hear it for Mr. Locke, and our junior chorus to help us wrap things up today with the song Go the Distance. Thought that was appropriate.
I have often dreamed
our wonderful junior chorus. Thank you so much. And let's hear it for Mr. Locke, who's had a busy, busy year. Thank you, Mr. Locke, for everything you've done this year to bring music to our lives. It's gorgeous. All right, last but not least, 8th graders. I'd like you to come down here, and a couple of you get behind that soccer goal, because Grizzy's going to kick the ball, and it probably won't go in the goal, but he's going to try. Into our little sad little temporary soccer goal. Just imagine what it's going to be like. All right. Let's hear it. Go Grizzy! Go Grizzy! Yay! Man, I can't wait for that field. Okay. Well, thank you all so much. That concludes our program this morning.